Let me not bury the lead here. If you came for my five top plugins, here they are. Journals, calendar, bullet threading, block to page, Omnivore, and Logseq Markmap. But I'm not just going to give you this list. I'm going to give you a bit more reasons why I like these 5 plugins. I'm going to look at how you can go about finding which plugins you might want to use, actually setting up first installing plugins, and then also giving some honorable mentions in addition to this list. But before we do that, let's talk about what plugins are. Plugins are community-built extensions of Logseq. So they're not supported by the Logseq developers, but there are people in the Logseq community building these plugins largely for their own use, and then some of them just take off like wildfire. And what this means is that you can build customized workflows or use the customized workflows of others to help you in setting up your Logseq database. Now, the reason that I chose these 5 top plugins is not because I actually wanted to come up with some random number or round number, but it's really the top plugins that I use all the time in my workflows. So I'm going to start in reverse order and look at why I use them. The first one here is Logseq Markmap, and this is displaying the tree-like structure of your outlines. This is what it looks like in the plugin marketplace, and I'm going to open the Logseq page now. Let me open Control Logseq, and here I have some work that I did on Logseq back in the day. And this is the icon for the mark map over here. So if I click on that button, it says open mind map mode. And what this does is it breaks down the outline into this tree-like structure. And I can just zoom into different levels. So let me go to level 2 just by pushing 2 on my computer, on my keyboard. And then we just push there 1. Okay, this is because there's some custom styling that I've done, so don't worry too much about this. But what this does is it enables me to like click in and see the different components. Now, when you're writing, this is very useful because it shows you where things are not well structured yet, where you might need to pad a little bit more, not pad, but add a little bit more. And it's very helpful to structure your work using this outline, or to see what the end structure is so that you can toggle it in your outlines. So mark map mode is very nice to generate these mind maps just so that you can see that your information is properly structured. The next one is Omnivore. So Omnivore has really built its way into my heart. It's a read it later app similar to Readwise, the reader app of Readwise. And the reason that I use Omnivore is largely because of its block-based imports. It's also open source, and they've got a really tight integration with Logseq and now Obsidian. And also the development team is very cool. So this is an app that just enables me to read somewhere else. So let me go have a look at that. These are all the articles that I've started reading, but when I make highlights, I can then go to Logseq, and let's go back to Logseq, click on the Omnivore icon over here, and it will fetch the articles that I've read and import them into Logseq. You can see all the highlights that I've made. It's very nice to be able to get those highlights easily into Logseq and then start taking notes on them. Number 3 on the list, block to page. This is great to convert a set of blocks into a page. So I've just navigated back to this Logseq page, and I've got history of Logseq, and there's a lot of information there. So I'm just going to say I want this to be on its own page, and say / turn into page, and there we go. Okay, I think with the markdown headers that's going to be a bit of a problem. Let's try it again. Turn into page, and there we go. I've now got a nice page, so just watch out, those markdown headers do get in the way sometimes. So bullet threading, this is one of my favorite plugins. What this does is it gives you this beautiful line which shows the indentation or the sequence, where the block is in the parent structure. Okay, so let's go back to that Logseq example. And if I'm just doing it by pushing TR, and if I click here on this block here, it shows me that this block is a child of this primarily an outliner, which is a child of philosophy of the tool. Let me go into the history of Logseq. Let me go back and let's see if there's something else here. Just for an example. No, it's not going to work. Anyways, but these lines of inheritance are very useful when you're starting to work with a block-based structure to realize how it all fits together. Again, as the way that the mark map works, this is a similar feature to show you that the indentation and all the tags that are indented, if a block is indented underneath any blocks that have tags or backlinks, that child block will inherit all of the tags or backlinks of the parent block. So that's just a super useful feature. Finally, the journals calendar. Now this makes it very easy to navigate to different dates, even on journal pages that don't exist yet. This is one of the best calendar buttons that I've seen on any app. It's located right over there, and what it enables me to do is very quickly see all my journal pages, and everything that's got a little dot underneath it means that it's got information on it. But I can create journal pages in the future if I want, or if I want to scroll back years and previously, it enables me to go to see the months, which is very cool. But even better is if I click there, it enables me to scroll back in years or decades. And if I go into July over there, you can see I had a note on the 6th of July 2015. So this journals calendar is a very useful app or very useful plugin. I highly recommend that you get it if you are not using it already. Now you've watched this video, you think, oh, okay, maybe I want to activate some plugins. How do I go about doing that? So the first thing to do is to go to your settings. So up here, the 3 dots, go more, I go settings, and I say features over here on the left, and then I turn plugins on. Now be wary, the plugins are third-party solutions, so they do introduce some risk into using Logseq, but the majority of the plugins have been, are developed by community members who are trusted. So I take no responsibility for any malicious plugins that you download or whatever. Just be wary that you're not downloading random nonsense. Okay, and then once I've done that, I will have a plugin marketplace. I actually have this little button over here, which is my plugins button, and it enables me to pin which plugins I want to this plugins bar. But if I go there again, and then I go down to plugins, I see my installed plugins, but then I can go to the plugin marketplace. And the way that you can search them, but you can also sort them based on the number of downloads or the number of stars. So the number of stars is the number of GitHub stars. So if you were to go to this GitHub, it has been starred 269 times. So it's another good measure for quality. As you can see, the Omnivore app hasn't been downloaded that many times, but it has been starred quite a number of times. So that's just a helpful quality metric to help you figure out which plugins you want. Then once you install them, all the different plugins have different ways of working. It's one of the complaints of Logseq's plugin marketplace, but you can always go here to the plugin itself. Let's see there, and then see the documentation. This agenda plugin is a very good one. You'll often see buy me a coffee, or even if I go to, let's see my installed plugins here, and I go down here, you can see that there are these little icons to buy me a coffee. That's just a helpful way to support plugin developers. So do consider doing that. Each little bit helps. Now I said I wanted to make a special mention of some plugins which you might want to be aware of. I'm not going to go into these ones in detail. If you are a Logseq Mastery user, you will see that I have updated the section. I've gone into a little bit more detail. So rattling them off in quick succession: Table of Contents Generator, TOC, Markdown Table Editor, Tabs, Agenda, Readwise's official plugin if you're not an Omnivore user, GPT-3, OpenAI, that's available. Get YouTube Captions also uses an OpenAI key. Helium for watching videos. Logseq Hugo plugin, definitely check that one out. Logseq Graph Analysis, Log Tools Productivity Pack, the Logseq Word Count plugin, Tags, and Random Note. I have used all of these plugins at various stages. I don't use all of them all the time, but it's very nice to know that if I want to watch a YouTube video and it is shown to the proper screen size, or I can customize the screen size, I can use Helium. So if you're a Logseq Mastery student, go have a look. I have added a little bit more information on each of those. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your comments. And if you want to accelerate your use of Logseq, definitely have a look at Logseq Mastery. It builds everything up from the bottom to the top and really will speed up your learning curve. As I said, I do go into a little bit more detail into the plugins, but that's really just like a little cherry on the top. It really is a broad base of knowledge. Thank you so much for watching.